The greatest army Greece had ever gathered was trapped. 1,000 ships, tens of thousands of warriors, the finest heroes of the age, all waiting for a single breath of wind. But the sea was still. The banners did not move. The sky watched without mercy. At Aulis, hope hung motionless, and the gods watched in silence. The prophet Calchas stood before Agamemnon with trembling hands.
My king, the winds are held by Artemis.
Why? What have I done to anger her?
You boasted that your skill with the bow surpassed hers.
Agamemnon froze. A careless moment. A reckless claim. And now a goddess demanded balance. Again Calchas said.
She asks for nothing less than the life of your daughter.
The silence that followed was heavier than iron. Agamemnon felt the world shift beneath his feet. A king could command armies, but before the will of the gods, he was powerless. That night, Agamemnon sat alone in his tent. The armor beside him gleamed like a second, colder face. He wrote a letter with shaking hands. A lie. A cruel lie. That Iphigenia, his beloved daughter, was to be brought to Aulis, to marry Achilles. It was the only way to bring her here without fear. Menelaus entered without knocking, and said,
You sent for her? Don't do this, brother. Call it off.
Agamemnon clenched the letter to his chest, and replied,
If I refuse, Greece will fracture, the army will turn on me, and the gods will punish us all.
And what of her? What of the child who once held your finger as she learned to walk?
Agamemnon turned away.
If this sacrifice means saving thousands, how can I choose otherwise?
Because she is your daughter.
Agamemnon's voice finally cracked.
And if I refuse, this army, your army, will burn my kingdom to the ground.
A king's decision is made of stone. A father's heart is made of flesh. Tonight, Agamemnon was both, and breaking apart. Achilles stood sharpening his spear, when Odysseus approached. Odysseus said,
Achilles, you should know something.
Achilles paused. His eyes narrowed. Odysseus again said,
Iphigenia was not summoned to marry you. There is no wedding.
Achilles' hand tightened on the spear, and replied,
You think I would allow my name to deceive a young girl?
It was the only way to bring her here. Artemis demands.
No.
He stepped forward, voice rising.
If this army requires the death of an innocent child, then it is not an army of heroes.
Odysseus held his gaze.
Will you protect her, even if it means turning against Agamemnon?
Achilles looked toward the shore, toward the silent ships, toward the still horizon.
I will not let her die. Not while I still draw breath.
Destiny was already moving faster than any blade. Iphigenia arrived with her mother Clytemnestra, smiling, unaware of the storm awaiting her.
Is Achilles kind? Does he truly wish to marry me?
Clytemnestra kissed her forehead, and replied,
I have heard he is the noblest of all the Greeks.
At the shoreline, Agamemnon saw them approaching. Iphigenia ran to her father, arms open.
Father.
Agamemnon caught her, and held her too tightly. She laughed.
You act as though you've not seen me in years.
Agamemnon could not answer. His throat closed. Clytemnestra greeted him with cold eyes.
My husband, what truth hides behind your silence?
Agamemnon looked away. For the first time, the king who commanded nations could not command his own voice. Achilles entered with fury, and said,
Iphigenia, there is no marriage.
Her smile faded. Clytemnestra stepped forward like a lioness protecting her cub, and said,
What does he mean?
No one answered. Achilles looked at Agamemnon, and said,
Tell her. She deserves to hear it from her father.
Agamemnon's hands shook. He finally forced the words out.
Artemis demands your life. Artemis demands your life.
Iphigenia stared at him in disbelief. The world around her collapsed, silently.
You would kill your own daughter.
Agamemnon fell to his knees before them.
I tried to stop this, but Greece cannot sail. The gods.
The gods. Or your desire for glory.
Achilles stepped between them.
This will not happen. No god commands me to stand idle while a child dies. For a moment, hope sparked again.
But hope burns quickly in the presence of prophecy. Iphigenia walked alone by the sea. She was young, too young for sacrifice, too young for destiny. Yet her steps were steady. Achilles approached, gentle now, not the warrior forged in flame.
I will protect you. I swear it.
She smiled sadly.
There would be bloodshed. Your men against my father's. Greece tearing itself apart.
Let it. Your life is worth more than any war.
Iphigenia touched his cheek.
Achilles, you seek glory. You are meant for greatness. If I run, you will be branded a traitor. Your legend will die before it begins.
His voice cracked.
To the gods with legends.
Iphigenia looked at the still sea.
If my death brings wind to these sails, if it ends this suffering, then let my life be my gift to Greece.
Achilles stepped back as if struck.
No, Iphigenia, no.
But she had already begun walking toward her fate. Her courage humbled even the greatest warrior who would ever live. The army stood in silence. Tens of thousands. No armor clattered. No whispers spread. Only the sound of seabirds. Iphigenia walked toward the altar, white dress fluttering like a spirit already halfway between worlds. Clytemnestra screamed her name. Menelaus held her back. Agamemnon could not look. He stared at the ground, a king ashamed. Calchas raised the ceremonial blade. Iphigenia's voice came out.
I walk willingly. Let Greece sail. Let my name be remembered not with sorrow, but with purpose.
She closed her eyes. The blade rose. The wind stopped completely. Silence. And then, a flash. A burst of white light so brilliant that even Achilles shielded his eyes. When the light faded, Iphigenia was gone. In her place lay a white deer, sacred to Artemis. Calchas dropped the blade. The goddess had intervened. Artemis had taken Iphigenia away to a distant, secret land. Alive. Saved. A divine mercy granted at the final moment. The sea, silent for weeks, suddenly roared. Winds surged across the Aegean, whipping banners into furious motion. Sails billowed. Ships strained against their ropes. The army erupted into shouts of triumph. Nestor raised his staff. Ajax beat his shield. Diomedes lifted his spear skyward. Odysseus watched with relief and dread. And Achilles looked out at the horizon with quiet fury. Victory came at a price none of them would forget. Agamemnon lifted his chin, reclaiming the mask of a king. He ordered,
Prepare the ships, we sail for Troy.
The greatest war in mythic history was finally about to begin. But in the shadows of Aulis, something far more powerful had awakened. The wrath of a mother. Clytemnestra stared at Agamemnon with eyes that promised one thing. One day, you will pay? The Greek fleet launched as one. 1,000 prows cutting through the sea. Bronze helmets gleaming. Heroes standing at the front of their ships like statues of fate. Achilles at the prow of the Myrmidon ship, jaw set, heart still burning. Odysseus calm, calculating the long journey ahead. Ajax ready for battle. Diomedes eager to make his name immortal. Nestor praying softly. Menelaus staring east, toward the city that stole his queen. Agamemnon at the front of his flagship, eyes hard as iron. The winds had returned. The ships were moving. And destiny was finally in motion. Ahead lay Troy. Ahead lay glory. Ahead lay death. The war of 1,000 tales had begun. Thank you for watching till the very end. If you're still here, it means you truly enjoyed the story, and that means the world to me. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, and share this video with someone who loves mythology as much as you do. Your support helps this epic journey continue, episode after episode. Once again, thank you for watching, thank you for staying till the end. And I'll see you in the next chapter of Trojan mythology.